Hello, guys. I am really, really happy to see so many of you with me. And also, I'm super excited that we've met in a really long period of time. Actually, when I was creating this live stream, I've noticed that the last time we met was on the 24th of February. And I think it's wrong that we meet rarely. So please confirm that you can hear me and you can see me well. And I'm looking for that configuration. So first of all, as you might have noticed, I am alone on this live stream because Sasha could not make to join us. But he has a very serious excuse, and please send him greetings and positivity. Sasha is a professional videographer, and he was asked to film a very important event, which is actually the birth of a child. And you know that this process is not predictable, and actually, now he is assisting a family and he's going to film this process. Our team were making jokes on Sasha a little bit because perhaps this is going to be a stressful experience for him. But anyway, he wanted to be with all of us. He was super happy to read your questions, and I'm sure we will give him an opportunity to answer these questions. And he even joked, he sent me a message just before the start of the stream, tell them that like I agreed to film you only because of this opportunity of the stream. That was the only uh, reason. So send him this positivity. He sent me a photo from a ward. So anyway, we realized that this is going to be a difficult experience. He's not a father. He has never been to labors, and honestly, I cannot imagine how can you film this process, but this is what Sasha is going to make. Some of you were asking who is Sasha, so let me explain. Sasha, and someone was saying husband, wife, and so on. Sasha is my friend and my colleague. We work together, and he helps me to film Soviet myths debunked and Russian crimes series. And I have collected so many of your questions. Of course, I will continue reading the ones that you will send in the chat, but these questions are so, so beautiful that I want to answer them too. Uh, so, uh, uh, Thank you so much for your support and understanding. Thank you for sending these questions. But there are some important things that I don't want to forget. And first of all, I want to congratulate those of you who are going to celebrate Easter tomorrow. I want to congratulate you with this holiday, because right now in Ukraine we understand the importance of resurrection, and spring always brings lots of promises. So we hope that everything is going to be good, and please celebrate, stay healthy, stay peaceful with your families, beloved ones, and all of that. Thank you for support. Thank you for being with us. So now, perhaps as I have received a lot of questions, I will start with answering these questions because maybe some of them are going to be very similar to the ones that you would like to ask. In Ukraine, we celebrate Easter a week later. And it's not because like we are Orthodox, or we are Orthodox and there is a specific formula that you have to follow. And somehow our Easter sometimes coincides with Catholic Easter. And this year it is on the 16th of April. So we have Palm Sunday on this weekend actually, and then we have Easter on the 16th. But we managed to film a very beautiful video with Sasha on Thursday, and it will appear tomorrow to congratulate all of you and all of us with Easter. And it tells the history of Ukrainian Pysanka, and we went to museum where there was an exhibition of really, really beautiful Easter eggs, Pysankas, that are famous all over the world. And honestly, I like this video so much, so I invite you to watch it yesterday. I don't know why, but it looks so beautiful to me. Greetings to Mexico, greetings to the United States. So there is a beautiful question: is it lady, and so on. So another important thing that we have decided to do, because of the 50 kilobytes of friends that we have, and now 52 kilobytes of friends that we have, many of you were asking for t-shirts and other stuff. So I am not that confident, so I think you don't need many t-shirts with me or other merch, but we have one. Sorry, it's not that easy. This one, and I have a wonderful friend who is also a popular designer, and he decided to play with some of the images. And here at the back, you see a t-shirt that is actually a play. This is me. When I will give you a link, you will see it resembles me. And instead of the Hermione, how do you call it? I am holding a raccoon. We all know that raccoons are important in this fight, that Russian orcs stole a raccoon, but soon this raccoon will take back all the Russians. So I am kind of launching an important thing. I will provide you a link to our shop where you will be able to buy t-shirts, not only with me, because I am not that overconfident. Don't worry, I'm okay. Uh, will be also very beautiful Ukraine connected t-shirts designed by my friend Andriy Bocharov. I don't know if you're watching us, but thank you so much. And they are beautiful. They can be print on your needs. You can choose the layouts that you like. Some of them connected with Ukrainian heritage. For example, I am Didusia or I am Babusia, you can pick up, or I'm a husband and wife in Ukrainian or whatever. And other things, I will leave you a link below, and I will repeat it in some of my future vlogs. Please forgive that. And also, if you will choose patriotic t-shirts, we will donate 10% of them to the Ukrainian armed forces. We won't do it daily, but we will collect a particular sum and do something good, and you will be able to see that. So, if you wish to support us, that would be awesome. I'm not saying that this is like a project of my life, or this is something that I intended, but what made me think more often about t-shirts is the fact that many patriotic Ukrainian t-shirts are not like super cool for me. I would not wear something like that. I'm very picky. I don't like when they are too bright or of low quality. So we were trying hard to develop the designs that are exquisite and associated with Ukraine. So feel free to check the link, and I will leave it in comments. I will leave it in the description of our stream, and from time to time I will irritate you with this link. Yeah, this is a raccoon, like a lady, Leonardo da Vinci famous painting, but instead of that lady and that beautiful Hermione, or how do you call it? Please help me, save me. This is me and a raccoon. So thank you so much. Also, I'm sure you will like some other t-shirts, and let me know your impressions. That will be important. And once again, we will donate 10% of those patriotic things that we sell to Ukrainian armed forces for some important initiatives. Of course, I will provide you with the information exactly on what. Also, please, please, please like the stream if you like it, so that more people can get acquainted with us and our beautiful community. Hermeling in German. Okay, anyway, thank you. By the way, I don't know how come we came up with this idea. Many people told me that I, like in my previous life before war, that I look like that lady. And I had a couple of like my friends were joking on that. So this idea came very naturally, and a raccoon is actually very beautiful. It does not look very good because of this like light and so on. But anyway, check the other t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and I hope you will like them. Ermin, thank you so much. I will remember that word forever because as a good vlogger, I should have prepared better. So I hope you don't mind if I will provide the link below the video, and I will irritate you with these links from time to time. But now I want to answer those questions that you have left. The questions for Sasha will be passed to Sasha, and I'm sure one day we will find out how to make him answer these questions. He was super excited that you thank him for his beautiful work. So the first questions that I can answer, and they concern us and so on. Question one was, would you agree that Ukraine is now the coolest, most admired country in Europe, if not the world? And well, I can honestly tell you no, because honestly, we are not arrogant in Ukraine. We do understand that we're not perfect, and if we acted super correctly, then perhaps we wouldn't have been in the situation like that right now. But from the other point of view, I am proud of my country and I am proud of my people. I'm proud that we fight against the evil, that like everyone was ready to sacrifice us, and people actually did not worry much. About that, but we managed to stop that all, and this is very important. Also, I am proud that we are not getting tired of this war and that we intend to win it. We quickly adapt. There are lots of things that we learn and know, but also I think that all the countries that support us, I mean all people that support us, they are really cool. And there is now such like measure to to size up this greatness. And for example, recently I have watched Zelensky traveling to Poland, and I was super excited. It was so beautiful and it was very emotional. And I am very grateful to the people of the UK, for example, of the United States, of many Baltic countries, Nordic countries, and all the countries in different corners of the world and on different continents, because even when your government does not support us always like 100%, I know that people are not equal to its governments very often. And we had experience like that, for example, when Yanukovych was the president of Ukraine, and kind of it was not the face of Ukraine. That's why I do not associate. So I do think that we are cool, but I think that there are lots of other cool countries that help us fight this war, and together we will win. A question was, and I hope Sasha will forgive me, where is Sasha? Sasha is filming someone's birth. This is a very important thing. He agreed to assist as a videographer. And one of the questions, how did we get acquainted? Well, I know Sasha for a couple of years already. And like we worked on the project for our non-governmental organization connected with cultural heritage, with local tourism and other things. So he was filming a series of videos for our NGO, and I liked his style because it was very modern. And also Sasha has one perfect quality for many videographers and photographers: he does everything in time. Anna from Ukraine, new t-shirt. Also like this video, please help us become more visible. And well, super chat is not possible in Ukraine so far, and I don't want to deceive YouTube and to tell that I'm from the that I'm from the US or whatever. So, and I like that Sasha is good with schedule. He can work really quickly and he has his style. He's not afraid to experiment and so on. So, I offered him when I felt that my vlog is growing and I want to do something bigger. There are things that I want to express. And by the way, you started buying me coffee and becoming my patrons, and that is very important for me. Honestly, I did not. When I'm saying that, I'm not a professional vlogger, this means that I actually did not expect that. Um, like it can bring you some money, and when I felt that I have patrons and you buy me coffee, you've given me an opportunity to develop, and I felt like I want to develop and I want to speak about Soviet myths. So I found Sasha and I've asked him if he's interested, and he agreed, and we started working. So for you to clearly understand who is doing what, like Sasha is filming. Sasha is doing like the design of the videos, and yes, he's doing the thumbnails for my videos. I film my vlogs myself, of course, with my telephone because this is a daily work. Then twice a month we meet with Sasha. I prepare scripts, I look for the illustrations and tell him where to insert this illustration, and he does this video design, filming, and so on. Uh, and I like his creativity, and once again, that he is very easygoing in experimenting and things like that. So I am a like content creator, and he is a sensitive videographer who understands like what I need, what I want, and how long does it take to make Soviet myths debunked video? Well, like honestly, I am very good at like speaking, and the longest part perhaps is the research that I make before, because it's not always my, like when I have doubts. Of course there are some topics that I'm confident, but in other topics when I have doubt, I consult with my friends, with my close people, with historians. I need to do more work, so perhaps research takes the longest time. By the way, they are all joking at me because, like, I will show you. I write my scripts not like on. I don't type them. I write them what I want to say. And then so perhaps this is the longest part and I do it alone. Then we film, and Sasha works a lot with light, because like I'm very demanding at that. He may say me, "Oh, that's good. That looks good." Also, we have now an awesome studio where we work, and people help us a lot with decoration. They work really hard, and they help us with light and everything. So typically during the filming process, it is Sasha preparing the light for an hour and 20 minutes, and then me speaking for 30 minutes. So that is the thing that we typically, but traditionally we film 2 videos at once, and then we have them for 2 weeks. Then we have post-production, or how do you call it, when Sasha unites the all everything connected, and I then choose the illustrations that I want, and I give them the timing where to put it. Well, a professional camera and stuff like that, if I will film every of my vlogs super professionally, this will take all of my time, and you know that I'm working. I'm not yet 100% YouTuber. I don't know what will be in future, because it does gives me inspiration and I want to do more on YouTube. I feel this potential, but so far I have a lot of other things, and to be able to vlog daily and to tell you my impressions and to update with the things, I cannot make this vlogging process very complicated, because if it will take me like 3-4 hours, it won't be able for me to to do it. A question: why don't we make a documentary? Because, guys, I don't know, you like watching shorter videos. YouTube algorithms demonstrate me that shorter videos are better, and when you watch like for 15-20 minutes, that's already a lot. I'm not saying that maybe in future, if we develop, if we receive some support, if we discover some interesting topics, because I am like planning some things always, and with you buying me coffee is becoming my patrons, it becomes more and more realistic, and some serious projects, maybe they will be longer, especially after we win. There are things that I want to show you, but at the moment it is that. So what is my day job? I do a lot of jobs. I teach at the university, I write my postdoc, I also work as an expert for Ukrainian Ministry of Culture and now European Commission. I have an NGO, and we run a couple of cultural grant projects, so that's a lot. And I've got some really, really good ideas that I want to do, and you inspire me, and that means a lot to me. Non-governmental organizations, those that work in like people organize themselves and they try to do something. Yeah, I'm sometimes busy. I do not always answer all of your emails, because daily I receive approximately 100-150 emails. I honestly read all of them. But at the same time, I do not always, when it's just information, I'm grateful, but I'm not always able to answer. Easter break, no, we will not have long Easter break. Plus, for those of you who joined us later, we celebrate Easter on the 16th of April, and tomorrow we are going to have a Palm Sunday. Also a question, if the Russians never invaded, what would you think you would be doing now in my life and your career? Well, don't stop teaching. Like, yeah, but I cannot tell you that. Like, I have always dreamt to write, to speak. So I am not like, teacher is not my vocation. I know that I'm a good teacher, but this is not the essence of me. Sorry if I will disturb you, but. But at the same time, I have always liked writing. I cooperate with a newspaper. I was writing for a couple of Ukrainian books. They were nonfiction about history, culture. That's what I like. And it looks like YouTube continues this telling the stories, sharing with the world. So for me, it is like everything is combined. You're right. It's a little bit of teaching. It's a little bit of communication. It's a little bit of writing, everything. So when my mom used to ask me, like, you have so many work, you have so many jobs, what is your job? And I would say her, like, communication, telling the stories, explaining things. And it's present everywhere, both in the NGO, it is present in my YouTube, it is present in my other things. So for me, what changed? Like, apart from all the bad things that happened during this war, I have honestly discovered YouTube as a unique platform for I have always been a consumer on YouTube. I liked it, and my channel started like in 2013 to read and to look for something. But later I have discovered that it can be a good platform to share your knowledge. And I love my country very much, honestly. Even people who know me, some of my friends and colleagues who are also patriots, they say, oh, you love it in a special way. I see its beauty. I see its beauty not in shallow things. I see its ugly moments, but I know its history is very beautiful. And I feel like I know the things that may be interesting to you and the world. That's why YouTube became very important for me. And you'll see our tomorrow's video about Pysanka, and I honestly like it. It's rare that I like videos, by the way. So when I look for the second time of the videos, sometimes I feel like, oh no. But in general, I think it's very important. And I believe that many of you like ask me questions that what are you going to do in future? Like if everything goes well and I have this opportunity, I would like to develop more Ukrainian information about Ukraine. And in general, I think that the world does not know enough information about Eastern Europe generally, not only Ukraine. So this is important. And I see it as an option. I don't have a Ukrainian YouTube because there are lots and lots and lots of good Ukrainian YouTubers who do not speak English, but they are good experts in history, in culture, and everywhere. So I think this like market is full of good people who do their job. But when we look at the English speaking segment to inform you guys, there is not enough people, and we're all different. I am very grateful that I have found many friends, like not maybe not friends, but people who inspire me. And believe me, the many information that I share with you and that sometimes you send to me, Ukrainians know. So things that I sometimes explain to you, uh, they don't need explanation for Ukrainians. Why? Because like same about your countries, you know pretty well your recipes, you know pretty well your problems, and I don't know them. That's why when you share stories about your countries, it's so interesting for me to read and know them. So I would like to go to Argentina. I have a big family there, and you know that my father was born in Argentina. So, claro que sí, tengo este deseo. And but at the same time, I'm very grateful that I have you in my life, and that it is not just 50,000 subscribers, but many of you mean a lot to me. Many of you helped me and continue helping me in some difficult situations. Once again, I have discovered beautiful people like Jake Bro or Vlad Wexler, who are inspirations when you look at the quality of the content that they produce. And I am happy to be like close to them. That is a new t-shirt. Instead of the lady, it's me, and instead of the ermine is a raccoon. And by the way, maybe I will give you a link right now, if you wait for a second, looking at me typing something. Just a second, I actually, like, the year of COVID taught us all how to look normal on Zooms and so on. Just a second. Just a second. I will give you a link and you will be able to check it. And there you can laugh at me because you will see the t-shirt in a better quality, and it may be funny for you. I'm extremely grateful to those of you who tell me that I have changed something in your opinions or in your history, or like the things that you did not know about Ukraine and so on. Also, I was actually gifted this Anna from Ukraine com by one of my subscribers and my friends, and I would like to thank him for that too. So anyway, I'm very grateful for the team of people that is around me, who helped me grow this channel. But it all began with me, and somehow I managed to join with beautiful people, and I'm very grateful, and for you who inspire all of that. So let me continue with some of the questions. Also, you're asking me, do I plan some trips? Yes, and as a girl, I can travel outside Ukraine, and it looks like some of them are coming soon. And there is a hoodie who is recording me. So somehow I have a trip to Berlin in June. And by the way, if there are some supporters from Berlin, we can organize a small meeting. And like this will be at the beginning of June. I'm going to come to Aspen Institute. I have one of their stuff, and we can organize that. And also, I think I will be in Lithuania in May. I will invite you to see this trips if you will be interested. Well, anyway, you know that I'm always sharing everything with you. I do like this fonts. My friend and designer told me that's a Kievian font or something, but it looks really beautiful to me. You can once again check the designs. I will spam you from time to time, and if you like it, you can check something. Uh, okay, good. Um, some more questions maybe. Where do I see the channel going after war? And like from one point of view, I do see that there are lots of opportunities to tell more about this part of the world, about Eastern Europe and about Ukraine. And that is like the thing I would like to do. But honestly, guys, the longer we are at war with Russia, I don't feel like it's ending soon. I receive many beautiful questions from you that you want to come and you want to rebuild the country and what is the plan. But the answer is at first we have to win this war. It still continues. They still continue destroying our infrastructure. They are ready to bomb our cities. They continue doing that. So thank you very much for the advice. I can pin it. Yeah, I'm not sure I will be able to do it right now because, yeah, you see, I am always very grateful for my subscribers because they are the best. I have learned very many things from you, starting from buy me a coffee. I did not know such thing exists, and I'm really grateful to all of you who buy me coffees. And Patreon, I did not intend anything of that, but now with you, that gives me an opportunity to support good people and to grow the channel because all of that is important. So I see that like I won this victory, and after that, perhaps there are lots of things that we can tell. I would like to travel to the United States, and I would like to travel to many, many, many countries. I have been in some, and at the same time. At the same time, I kind of want to discover a lot of things, and I think that traveling is one of the best activities a person can do in life. So that is truly important. So, some questions to Sasha. We will leave to Sasha, and I'm sure he will return back. Guys, once again, if we have some trolls, Martin was not able to join us today, but that's okay. Simply ignore them. We've got our community, and trolls are actually a signs of effectiveness. We have a separate video on Russian trolls in our Russian crimes series and hackers attacks. So totally ignore them. For me, they are a sign of like they give more comments. Yeah, if you can text them and greetings to Martin. He is doing an awesome job, by the way. He rules our Discord community, and Spencer is with us. Spencer, thank you so much. Spencer is another awesome person who is my friend and my moderator, and I'm very grateful that he is doing the job. But once again, do not overload yourself with tasks, guys. It is just like this, stay away, and that's it. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Spencer. And thank you so much, Martin. You are friends. Once again, many of you people are my true friends. And I don't even like to say subscribe. Well, subscribers is always a good word. It's a good word. It's not a bad word. But you are a community and you are friends. So, well, another question is um, okay, maybe some professional questions to Sasha, lenses, and other stuff. So we'll keep it, and Sasha will answer that. Will you write a book of your life during war? You know that I like writing, and I wrote for a Ukrainian newspaper, and I think that I'm not bad at writing, though I was writing uh, in Ukrainian, but I feel like there are things I can tell, and I'm starting to think on a book. Let me know, would you read it? Would you buy it? But I don't feel like I can share much. Like my war experience is very active and very present because I did not leave Ukraine all of this time, and actually, even for these brief trips, I wonder how will I feel if I will travel because I feel very much connected. And it's like caring for someone you love. You're afraid to leave that person for some time. So something similar I feel for Ukraine. But once again, I cannot write a book about trenches, about tanks, about soldiers because I've not been to the front lines. And if everything goes right, I don't plan to, honestly. I'm not that military. But at the same time, war is present in every element of our life, and there is a connection. Uh, and there are lots of other interesting things that you don't know about Ukraine. And I feel like maybe that's what I want to share more about Ukraine, how more interesting facts, some easy facts, light facts that still can demonstrate you the face of the country, and then some important facts concerning this war and how it changed us, but not like the war book because like I'm not able to do that because like I'm not a war reporter, but I am more like many of you inspire me to take interviews or to write other people's stories, but I guess I'm selfish. I like I feel like I'm transmitting the things that I am feeling, and I'm the best at that. Please forgive me for that. But there are other channels who do this, like interviews and other things. My editor in chief in Kyiv, when I was writing, she used to tell me, "Well, you will be a perfect interviewer." Maybe, but I'm kind of, I don't know. I feel like I want to tell them this and that and this and that. So, yeah, if I am going to write this book and to tell you more about Ukraine, then I will have to write it in English because, like, there are books, good books about Ukrainian culture, cuisine, history, or in Ukrainian. Many of them will be translated, but at the same time, I would like to do something of my own, and of course to thinking about my community, I will have to do that in um, English. From time to time, as I will be walking and thinking, walking in the park and thinking over this project, I will ask you some questions in our community tab, and I will be grateful if you give me this inspiration, and you will give me some advice because actually you fuel all of my projects, and many ideas come in conversations with you, in comments that you leave, in your stories, and I'm very grateful for that. I always know that you are like the biggest part of this channel and everything. So thank you so much, and thank you. Let's come back to okay, Ukrainian cookbook. Yeah, should I start a culinary channel with Ukrainian recipes? Something different, of course. Good. Apart from orc occupation, what are the three things you'd like to change in Ukraine? Um, That is a difficult question. And um, well, I Ukrainians are super good at doing something in extreme situation like this war, or when we have revolution, we are super, super, super active. And then when the greatest threat is gone, people become relaxed, and people become relaxed and lose control of government. Thank you for buying me coffee. People lose interest, and politicians, they are always politicians. They make mistake. They try to organize various plans, and we have to continue controlling them. So I would like us not to relax. I would like us to learn on our mistakes, because Russia is our enemy for 300 years. And tell me, please, why didn't we have a huge fence and like a program? Why did we sign that Budapest memorandum and other stuff? So we would need to enter NATO and the EU quickly, and I don't want us to relax. There is one phrase that we often hear in Ukrainian media, and my editor in chief used to repeat it, and I like it a lot. That like after we win the war, we don't have to lose peace, because we are fighting for the best future. We are fighting for our country. That is an extremely, extremely important moment. And people sacrifice a lot. Some people sacrifice their lives. Some people sacrifice lives of their beloved ones. Some people sacrifice their um, like ambitions, money, houses. Like people lost a lot. And to be able to live normally, the future country has to be normal. And that is like important, not to make mistakes after we win, so that people will not feel like, oh, why have I been fighting for that? And I'm sure it will be okay, because we have very active civil society, and I constantly repeat that, but that is important. um, well, do I plan to visit other countries? I plan to visit countries only, not only after victory. I've mentioned to you that I have this some trips on the plan to Lithuania and to Germany. Hopefully, I will make them, but you never know. In Ukraine, you cannot plan. um, how real the separatist sentiment in Luhansk and Donetsk? And I also get questions about Donbas people and so on. Donbas people are Ukrainian people. They are not different from any other Ukrainians. And it is a part of Russian narrative to call them like Donbas people. It's like Volyn people. Like, of course, in your countries, you also have regions. They are a little bit different from you. In one region, people like dark beer. In other, light beer. Bread recipes are different. Soup recipes are different. But have I ever been to Turkey? Yes. When I was at school, I dreamt to marry Tarkan. I was not always very wise. So, but that was ninth form, I guess. And all of these situations, they are artificial for the Donbas and Luhansk. You know that in 1932, in 1933, we had Holodomor, which is a genocide. Then after this genocide, these regions were severely Russified. And then after this Russification, and many people came to work on the mines from deep Russia. And of course, that was a result. Thank you for buying me coffees. That was a result that cultural identity of the region was seriously changed. And then Russia funded, during the Ukrainian years of independence, funded various pro-Russian parties, politicians on Donbas. They had lots of businessmen who were originally from Russia, and oligarchs, actually, because this infrastructure, mining, oil, that's where Russia takes money. One of my subscribers gave me this perfect phrase that I often repeat: dig and sell economy. Dig and sell, nothing else. Like, they do not produce anything. They simply dig and sell, exhaust their land, and that's everything. And That is the result. Ukrainian schools were closed, Ukrainian museums, and so on. So that was a serious problem, and as a result, these are not different people. But Russia worked hard on this region, same as on Crimea. In 1944, it deported Crimean Tatars, beautiful indigenous people who are a part of Ukrainian heritage. We are friends with them. We never share Ukraine or anything else, and now we cooperate, we fight together. And that is an example that actually Russians are Nazi, not Ukrainians. Many nationalities feel comfortable with us and inside Ukraine. Of course, I cannot say that we are very diverse. Like the majority of people have a very similar ethnic and historical heritage, but at the same time, we are very open and we are very friendly. And I'd say that in comparison to Russians, we are very excited when we come in contact with something foreign, with something unknown, and I think that is European. So people in Donetsk and Luhansk, and especially in the villages, they all spoke Russian. They felt normally in that territories, and it was totally okay for them. So it is a very planned Russification policy that took decades during the Soviet Union. And the closer you are to the epicenter of evil, Moscow, the more problems you have. And it's not only Ukrainian problem. Many people in Finland, many people in Poland, many people um, else will support you. Thank you for buying me coffee. Should I say the names of these beautiful people? Honestly, I'm very grateful for that because I have so many ideas that when like I am not trying to earn money on that, because even when we won one grant, I did not insert a salary for myself in there. Sasha had one, but I did not. I decided I will spend on some other stuff for the development. I'm an investor, so so I'm not spending your coffees on my nails. Don't worry. I have always liked manicures in school. Many of you complimented. I know it's not very serious, but for me, it's important part of me. And in Ukraine, by the way, it's very widespread. Women like it, but I don't spend serious money on that. Serious money I spend on the development of things, and I'm very grateful that you give me this opportunity, that you've taught me I have this opportunity. Uh, so some Bulgarian scholars want Cyrillic alphabet to be recognized as Bulgarian. Well, I don't think that alphabets belong to like Latin alphabet. Is it English or Roman or so on? I think that alphabets at a certain period of time belong to this general cultural heritage. And back in times like 100 years, 1,000 years ago, our countries were different. They were kingdoms and they had different names, and the background for the nation was similar, but at the same time it was very different. I am pro Cyrillic alphabet. I understand it's difficult for you sometimes to read and to understand, but I think it is a part of our heritage. We don't have to give, it's not Russian, so we do not have to give it to Russia or something like that. And it is connected with Christian history here in Ukraine, and lots of books are written on that. And imagine like reprinting all the books, tearing apart connections in generations, teaching people to write in Latin that is not perfect for the transliteration of everything Ukrainian. So I don't see a reason for us to switch into another alphabet. That's why I do understand it's like it's history, but it's an important part of Ukrainian culture too. So I support that. Good. A question about once again, I'm not a husband and wife with Sasha. We're friends and colleagues. And by the way, I am a woman who believes the friendship between men and women is possible. You may think a different way, but I have a lot of men friends. And actually, I'd say that I have more friends among men. And I think it's totally okay. So the question was, um, why how could you convince people who older generations who feel sentiments towards USSR and so on? I just say that um, these people, well, first of all, like Soviet Union was working for a really long period of time on the creation of this positive image. Not people are, not all people. I don't know. Even if you think about people around you, not all of them are like very much into history, politics. Many people care about food, fun, and that's it. So for them, they not all people like suffered much during Soviet era. If they don't want to speak freely, if they don't want to travel, believe me, once again, in Russia, it's bad to live in Russia right now, but at the same time, for lots of people, it's totally okay. They eat, they drink beer, they watch soccer matches, and they feel okay. So it is not a problem for them. But many people who believe they have sentiments to the USSR actually have sentiments to their youth, not to the USSR, not to the political system, not to Khrushchev, Gorbachev, or whatever. They remember themselves being young, going on dates, drinking champagne, dancing waltz, eating ice cream. And by the way, Russia uses it very actively. What they do, they often, like before war, when we still shared some social media, a very popular post would appear, like they were viral. For example, some beautiful photos, black and white, from the 60s or from the 50s. And they were like children wearing fur hats, riding on the sledges, eating ice cream, schoolyards, I don't know, the 1st of September, which is the start of the school year, all the sentiments. And they say how good it was in Soviet Union. Come on, it is not about Soviet Union. It is about your childhood. Like winter is always good when you're a child and you have sledges. Ice cream is always like happiness for children. But how come it is connected with the USSR? Uh, they uh, they substitute it, and they substitute this idea. They try to work with people so that you feel sentiments and you believe it is nostalgia, nothing else. It is not connected with Khrushchev. It is not connected with Lenin or Stalin. Um, it is connected with their youth. And I will tell you a very simple illustration. Um, Many people who were young during the times of Second World War, it was difficult for them to live, but they were happy from time to time. Maybe they were in love, maybe they gave birth to their first child, maybe they got married, they survived, and they felt like we were poor, they were bombing London, but we were happy. Yes, because you were young, you were healthy, you were full of emotions, you were in love, and that's why you were happy, not because Nazis were bombing London. And Russians are really good at substituting things. We have to admit they are professionals in propaganda, and that's what they do. They substitute things, and then thank you so much for buying me coffees. This is an inspiration, honestly. But I drink tea. Every time I try to bring a different cup. By the way, in our new shop that you can visit by clicking on the link that I have pinned because some of my clever subscribers advised me to, we also have a cup, I think, always. But anyway, do you know what is written on this cup? I don't know if it is mirroring, but it is palyanytsia. You remember at the beginning of this war, it was a word that we tested Russians with. They cannot pronounce this palanitsa. There are some sounds that are typical for Ukrainian language. For example, cheers to team who bought me coffee. When your names are complicated, or I, by the way, I'm wearing contact lens. I'm not really good at reading, so when I can read a name, I read a name. But when I'm afraid that I will make a mistake, there is nothing worse than when people make a mistake. This is palanitsa, palanitsa. A cat, she cat in Ukrainian is kitsa, 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 palanitsa, and strawberry is polunitsa, polunitsa. Yeah, I like wearing contact lens. Someone told me, Dietrich. Yeah, because like these are two different worlds. When you're with contact lens and when you're without. When you're without, you're super vulnerable. But this foggy environment is so inspirational sometimes. So by the way, talking about names, Martin sent me some questions from Discord community. By the way, join this community if you like. I am a little bit afraid to navigate, but I come from time to time and I see that there are lots of people, good people there. And you were asked if someone asked if we're using patronymics. Yes. They are popular in Russia, in Ukraine, in Belarusia. They are still very popular. I cannot say you well like that. I like it. I like this tradition. In my generation and younger generation, people use it lesser and lesser. But at the university, students will address me Anna Leonardivna because, like, Leonard is the name of my father, which is not common for Ukraine. That's because he's Ukrainian, but he was born in Argentina. But they people talking about laser operation for eyes, and my dad had this joke like he liked Japanese culture a lot. I don't know if I have any Japanese viewers right now, but he told me like if these operations were good, no Japanese people would be wearing glasses, but all of them are wearing glasses, so perhaps you should not make an operation. uh, so I kind of like it, like option that I am with contact lens, I'm without contact lens. Sometimes you don't want to see people, and you don't see them. Sorry. So this is very common for us to use patronymic. Many people say this is awesome because your father, like you demonstrate respect to your father when his name is used after yours. I love my father a lot. He's not with me anymore, but he is a person that shaped me a lot. And so like I'm a very much of my daddy's daughter. Like he means a lot, he's my hero. If like I had this idea like to do something after my mother was gone, but then it's a problem because like I wanted to do something that is connected with them, but both of them would kill me if I have a tattoo. They would kill me, and it feels like I cannot commemorate them this way if they hate it. Sorry, that's a little bit of like off topic, but that's funny to some extent. And they are protecting me from above, telling me, no, you should not do that. I was talking about this patronymics, but so I love my father and I always associate myself with him and I speak a lot about him and about my mom. But at the same time, I don't like patronymics. I don't feel this is like what another tradition that I personally hate about this is that many people have a tradition to use it without your name, and that's what I hate. So, for example, if your name is Oksana Vasilyevna, Oksana is a common Ukrainian name, Vasil is a common Ukrainian name, so Oksana Vasilyevna. And like hundreds of people will say, Vasilyevna, Vasilyevna, come up, Vasilyevna, will you do something like that? And that is kind of bad. And I always had this feeling that my father's name is unusual, and no one will use it without my name because it's not common in Ukraine. I don't know if there was any Leonard in my city, for example. And you know what happened? I went to work at the university and so on, and people would write you messages, Leonardivna, and I honestly hate it. I don't know why. For me, it's like, I don't know. Um I don't like it. So I, it's a difficult question. Like my father left me, like he's gone in 2017 February, and I lost my mom in January. And I feel like now I don't want to get into this mode. By the way, many of you beautiful people, some of you are angry and cruel to some extent. You were talking like, oh, you don't look really good today, you have to relax or something. And like, I am crying often at night sometimes because I am now at the stage like it was difficult for some time at the end of mom, and now I am approaching the stage when you finally realize the loss, when you've had your rest after some difficult things, and when you realize that never again. And she does not come to me in dreams. When I sleep, I don't see her, and I visit her room like every day. I check her phone, so like kinda sometimes cry a lot. And when you cry a lot before you go to sleep, you don't always look very good on the next day. So yeah, I try to persuade myself that I shouldn't, but sometimes it works like that. So uh sorry, then I look like a raccoon, not like the lady, but like a raccoon. Yeah, thank you. Many of you shared with me your stories, and I know that in your lives you went through many things, and that is important. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for understanding. And like, I'm a confident woman. If you tell me you don't like something about me, that's okay. I don't judge you for that. That's normal. But thank you, Spencer, and Spencer, thank you in general. And when you share your stories, this means a lot, because I honestly think that only those people who had similar experiences can understand you. And those of you who don't, I don't wish you to, and I'm happy that you don't. But I often get this feeling like I'm not super young. You know that I'm in my mid-30s. Uh, I'll tell you when I turn 40, but luckily not this year and not the next. But I feel like I'm too young to be without my parents. And I don't have grandparents, and I don't have brothers or sisters. I do have friends, I do have relatives, I have close people who are important to me. But yeah, I know someone told me like 30 is a new 40 is a new 30, 30 is a new 20. So that's the way I live, honestly. Yeah. And I am not very much concerned about the age, honestly. It was for a long period of time like that. Why? Because I believe that we age with time, not with time, but with events. So, for example, like things like my mother's death, of course, it will age me a lot. I don't know if it will age me physically, but mentally, um, that is a lot. And mm, and that is like family of your own. That is one thing, but your parents and people who knew you when you were alone, or when you were little, people who know your stories, people who can see Like I very much value now people who know me for a long period of time, because you have this like image, and but you don't know me when I was like at school, the stupid things that I did, stupid fears that I had. And now when I have these people in my life, I value them a lot. So when I think about age, I know lots of people who are like 70 and they are very young. And I know lots of people who are 28 and they are old. That's just the feeling inside of you. Of course, our health, losses that we experience influence a lot, but at the same time, it's not everything. So, uh, thank you for your stories and understanding me. Let's get back to some questions. Thank you for your hugs and thank you for coffees and my patrons. I like the word patron. When I answer your messages on Patreon, I feel like very responsible, like you're my teachers or something. Good. Good. Bloopers. I see that you like bloopers. I make them to you almost every time we film. Um, Prior to this invasion, was there any another time in history when Russia attacked Ukraine? Russia is our enemy for a very long period of time. And it is our mistake that every time they spoil our life, we fight, we then forget about it and start living normal life while they are preparing a next um, special military operation. So, one of the things that I would like us to remember forever is that they are our enemies forever. I know that many of you live in good countries, in normal environments, and you tell that like hatred is bad. I am not very much into like I am not a hater by nature, and but at the same time, don't ask us to be tolerant and understanding to Russians as they kill us daily. And for example, these experiments that Pope does, I'm not going to comment because it's Easter coming for you tomorrow, for me a week later. Um, I looked worse when I was 25. I like myself now more. I am more me, if you know what I'm saying. I'm more natural. I like this version of myself and some transformations that happened to me during war, even. I'd say I like it. I took full responsibility of myself. So, uh, and blank, I forgot what I was talking about. So, um, Russians, like Soviet Union, that was actually an occupation. Of course, Ukrainians were among the people who organized. Soviet Union helped organizing it, but at the same time, it is not our construct. And Russian Empire and other things. So they constantly try to take our people, our resources, our territories. We live our life normally. We do not want any territories. By the way, I have mentioned in one of my last videos that well, like people say, Khrushchev gave you Crimea as a present. First of all, Crimea was always more connected with Ukraine culturally, economically, like anyway. It is a peninsula where many different nationalities lived. Ukrainians, Tatars, Greeks, back in time, Scythians, the Turks, Ottomans, like, and so on. But it was not the present. It was a part of Ukraine for centuries in this different different formats, because like Ukraine and Russia did not exist, Soviet Union did not exist like 200 years ago, and and lots of ethnic Ukrainian territories were uh, taken by Russia. For example, Rostov. People like, I had a classmate whose family is from Rostov, and she would visit her grandparents in Rostov every summer, and it borders Ukraine, Rostov Oblast, and people on market and everywhere, they are speaking Ukrainian. They have Ukrainian surnames. They speak Ukrainian songs. So these territories were Ukrainian. So if we start reshaping the world, we are going to be in trouble, because we can take like Voronezh, Rostov, lots of territories that are now Russia, Ukrainian. But we understand that after the Second World War, after so many tragedies, people agreed in the world with all these United Nations and so on. We have agreed that this is going to be our world, that these are our borders. So let us, friends, not kill people because we think this part, this like 20 centimeters, could be ours. And what Russia does. Uh, uh, it seems to me, I have come across this also on YouTube, maybe in Vlad Bexler's channel, maybe on somebody else's. But Russia cannot be an empire. Why? Because it is not well cultural. It is not strong. It is not the center. Like, if we look, okay, it cannot share anything economically. It needs support from others. It needs Ukrainian people, Ukrainian infrastructure to live. It is not like it's coming as a bossy country and helps us move up, or no. It's in the bottom, and it wants to return us back into that. You know, most of the invasions, they are supposed to be future oriented. That that you want to change something, to go bigger, to become different. Thank you, someone, for buying me coffee. Greetings to New Zealand. And if you like this video and you haven't liked it, please do. And important thing is that uh, Ukraine imagines its future and can live totally normally without Russia. And Russia cannot imagine itself without Ukraine. Their dream is only about that. And good. What are the other questions that I can answer? I know that I, among my subscribers, I perhaps have some Crimean Tatars, and I want to say that I'm fascinated with your culture, with your beautiful cuisine. It's so good that around Ukraine, more and more people are introduced to your nature and to your traditions, to your cuisine. And the question was that in future there is a suggestion that some cities in Crimea will be renamed into Crimean Tatar names, geographical names, and whether I like it. I think it's great. Just as the decommunization, de-Russification tendency, this is great. We need to return cultural heritage to these regions, and that is super important. Good. Um, Now, how to buy coffee, please. Well, you can visit a link that is on my tab. And by the way, I am going to have a new banner soon, because once again, my friend is helping me with that, and I hope you will like our t-shirts and other stuff. Let me know what maybe some of the things that you're interested in and you would like to know more, and you would like to see in the shop. That is good. Good. I have so many questions, and about Ukrainian names I have already answered. How can we as individuals help the most? Well, first of all, I want to thank you that I'm sorry, squeaky chair. First of all, I want to thank you that you as individuals pay attention to Ukraine in general, that you do not forget about us because this war is not normal. And every day, beautiful people die. And every day, Russia plays long. The longer this war, the better is for Russia because they believe that our allies will get tired, people will forget, people will need something from Russia, and that they will need to support and they will get support from China or other countries. And that's the reason they are trying to make this war as long as possible. And every time, every day, we lose people. And that is the greatest tragedy of this war. This is something that cannot be rebuilt and cannot be changed. And in general, I think that first of all, talking to those who doubt, talking to those who are tired, talking to your politicians. In many countries, elections are coming. Many deputies, they are not that much into. I know that I have a friend in Finland, and for example, in Tampere, there are beautiful meetings and of Ukrainians and people who support Ukraine, and they demonstrate this support in Mexico, in various corners of the world. And this reminds those who want to forget, those who want to forgive Russia, because unhappily there are still lots of people who want us to close the eyes on that. Thank you so much, Cam, for buying me coffees. 20 hugs. Thank you. That's why also individuals, of course, can donate. I have a video on volunteering. If you put a search, you will find some videos where I talk about and I leave comments to some big volunteering initiatives that have English pages and that are trustworthy. Like they work with lots of people from different corners of the world. Some of them, like United 24, that some of my subscribers has mentioned, and others. So you can find that video, but perhaps I will need to record a new vlog and give some updates. Of course, there are lots of regional initiatives in every region, in every city. People are doing a lot. And at the same time, you can use this ones. Once again, I have a vlog on that somewhere in summer, but I will repeat it. So you can choose. I think it's good if you choose something that is close to you. For example, if you concerned about children, there are lots of initiatives that help children, refugees, and so on. If you care about military things, for example, you want to buy weapons, there are such. So it's good when you combine it. And don't forget about this war. Don't make people feel comfortable. Don't make your politicians make us negotiate or say that you have to forgive. We cannot forgive Russians after what they did. It's just like it is going to be a problem if Russia wins, not only for Ukraine. It is going to be a precedent for the world, and that is a problem. That is a trouble. So that is it. Would you like to visit UK and lecture? Of course. By the way, if you feel that I can be useful in your projects, in your organizations, when you attract attention to some Ukrainian causes, I never say no to this. I will always find time for that, and I will be glad to support. So, of course, it's very difficult for me sometimes to navigate through emails. You can find one. But if you have good offers where I can promote Ukraine, and thank you so much, Edwin, for buying coffee. Thank you. And when you feel that I can be useful, I'm always in. I mean, like virtually, I'm always happy to support, and I'm very grateful that many of you do that. So there are lots of things: speaking about Ukraine, learning more about Ukraine, explaining, making people alert, joining volunteering initiatives, and other things. So that is all very, very important. And I'm very grateful that you are with me. Do I have any premonitions of what Poland will do because of massive buildup? You know that this is Russian propaganda. Uh, um, that is a Russian propaganda. That like Poland is going to invade, for example, my region because I live close to Poland. Thank you so much, Ed, for buying me coffees. And cheers to you guys. Do you know what is cheers in Ukrainian? Of course, we don't say cheers when we drink tea, and that is tea, but we say budmo, 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 which is translated as let it be. You see, I have become so digitized. Do you know why I'm doing that? I'm trying to zoom, to zoom on a cup, and I'm drinking tea, not wine. So cheers to those who are with me. I hope you're drinking some tea, coffee, or whatever. I will drink with you wine, but you know when we win. So we can even organize party. I don't know, virtual or real. You are all very much invited to Ukraine after we win. This is going to be an important period of our period. Yeah, victory. We have to celebrate. If we're suffering for such a long period of time, we have to be celebrating for a long period of time. Perhaps I need to say some more serious things about front lines and about Bakhmut, as we are all observing. Thank you so much, Mitchell, for buying me a coffee. As we are going through a complicated moment, not everything is understandable. I know that Ukrainians are preparing counteroffensive, and that's important for us because, like, the longer this war lasts, the more problem we have. Well, first of all, because every day people are dying, and secondly, thank you so much, Cynthia. Guys, I'm always transforming these coffees in my head into some videos. That is not Saint Olga, that is me, like designed, redesigned, and a raccoon. Playing with Leonardo da Vinci painting, and now we have Anna from Ukraine shop and domain that was presented to me by one of the beautiful subscribers. You can visit it, and you can check. Maybe you will like something. 10% we will donate on our local Ukrainian armed forces initiatives. And we have to fight back, and I understand that lots of attacks are planning. Some people say that some attacks are not very successful because one of the things that we try to understand, that from one point of view, of course, Russians are not that strong as they wanted to be, as they pretended to be, but there are many of them, and they can, like in this negative scenario, if we think about the dangers that exist, we have to understand that they can win us with the numbers. They never care about their people. They have a possibility to spend money. They have like switched their economy into military, and they are not like us. They are not like you. In the European countries, normal people like protest if they don't like something. And in Russia, they accept it. They believe that everything is like the world is against them. They are fighting this existential fight. They don't need normal, I don't know, electricity. They don't need normal roads. Thank you so much, Ron, for buying me coffee. And they don't care about it. They are ready to continue living poor in the darkness, like, because you know they're popular for photos, and I'm sure you've seen these memes. Maybe I will be more active on Twitter and on Instagram. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, because like sometimes I post different things there. Vasil is a Ukrainian name. Do you have Ukrainian heritage, Vasil? And the description of and links to my pages on Instagram and Twitter you can find below each of my videos or on the banner of my channel, and that is like another way to follow my updates. So I do think that this counteroffensive is going to be very decisive this spring and summer, because then you all know that one of our greatest supporters is, for example, the United States. The United States are going into election. It is totally normal that when you have elections, you are more concentrated on your own problems and on your own country. You will have less attention to us, and for us it might be a problem. China is shaking something. We don't know what will happen. In Russia, they have where to build new missiles. They will be bad. They won't be high quality missiles. They will be like their equipment is worse than HIMARS and Leopards that we receive, and we are very grateful for that. But like we receive 50 and they can build 500, and 500 bad can win over 50 good. Or, for example, we have like 1 million people mobilized, 700 people mobilized. We have some resources. But in general, like we are a country of 38, let's say 40 million people. You know that 5-6 million people left as refugees. These are women and children, but still a lot. Then out of these people who left in Ukraine, how many are men who can fight? Not that many. And as a result, this might be, thank you, George, for buying me coffees, and happy Easter to those that celebrate it soon. And that is a serious problem to a great extent, because they can win by resources, by lots of people that they are ready to sacrifice. Like, what is 140 million against 40 million? And a possibility. So that's why we need to win it sooner. And don't you want to, and Run Forest, thank you so much for buying coffees. And you see that the longer it continues, the more problem may be. Yeah, better quality. I totally agree with my friend Henrik, who says that better quality is more important, but lots of people die, and the longer it lasts, the more problems we have, and people are tired, fatigue, and all of that. That might be dangerous. So that's why I am I think it's better if we finish it sooner. And imagine how beautiful it is that we live in the world without Putin. We live in the world without like modern day Russia. We live in the world where you can visit Ukraine, when you can join our rebuilding process. Honestly, I am optimistic about that. And I think that we will have lots of opportunities. And these opportunities may be useful not only for Ukraine, but for other people who may come to Ukraine and find their business, find their investments. Our people are very open, brave, grateful, and this might be a good inspiration, because from one point of view, I understand that we will have a lot of people wounded, a lot of people traumatized, a lot of people lost. But at the same time, look at the war after the Second World War and Europe after the Second World War. It changed for the better. It was a very strong and beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Steve bought Chashka and Futbolka. Thank you so much. Let me know what do you think about that, and hopefully you have received my thank you video. And this is I'm very excited about that. But thank you so much. If you will have some ideas for some designs, give us inspiration and we will try to fulfill it. Because once again, it is not that much about me. It is more about Ukraine, and 10 hugs go to David for coffee. So, actually, I felt very shy when we were making these t-shirts with me because I don't feel like I am worth a t-shirt. But there are many beautiful with Ukrainian designs, and that is a good inspiration. So, thank you for doing that. And if we will be able like to recreate things that you wanted, you thought like, oh, that would be good if we could have a t-shirt like that or a cup like that, write me, leave it in comments or an email, or you have a possibility to do it on in the shop. We will definitely read it. Yeah, Chashka and football, true, is a must for the next time. Okay. Um, Good. So maybe a couple of more questions, and I guess you have to get ready for Easter. If you ask me, um, is Easter like a big holiday here in Ukraine? And yes, honestly, from my personal observations, Easter is maybe even more celebrated than Christmas, because it's spring. It's always an inspiration, and my mom loved Easter very much. So I need to like organize an escape or something, because it's gonna be difficult for me to celebrate this Easter without her. And traditionally, I like to I bake. I can bake Easter bread, and I can cook a lot of things and other stuff. But I am not into that this year, because this will be a little bit painful for me. So I will be a guest, a consumer, someone like that. I am not going to be the best hostess this year. Uh, Someone asked me a beautiful question that made me think a lot. And the link to the shop is pinned as the first comment is pinned to this stream. So please, you can check it. Or you can simply, I was gifted a very good name, Anna from Ukraine.com. So you can, Anna from Ukraine.com, write, and you will be there. So this question was that made me think a lot, and that was a question: what part of Ukraine is the most wild and remote place a person could go, where there is no permanent settlements? Well, like I think as many countries in Europe, Ukraine is very inhabited. And but perhaps these are Carpathian mountains. In Carpathian mountains, you can literally walk naked and not or bathe naked, and you will not meet anyone. Or you can walk for a day and not meet anyone. But I mean, like mountains, mountains. But also you can find some other regions. I don't know. The problem is that now many regions will be empty because Russian works destroyed them. Thank you so much, Sean, for buying coffee and inspiring the next project. Shatsky Lakes. Shatsky Lakes are really close to me. When I was a child, it was one of my favorite places. You know, in Ukraine, I don't know, it was very typical for people of my generations to have grandparents in the village. I did not. Both of my grandparents were like urban dwellers. So I did not have a village where you can travel to spend your summer. And my village was Shatsky Ozera. Svitязь is the largest lake in Ukraine. It's very beautiful, deep. It's a part of my region. Actually, my region is something like Lake District in England, because we have like 200 lakes, lots of forests, lots of blueberries, lots of mushrooms, lots of squirrels, fish. Like I like my region a lot, and this Shatsky ozera are very beautiful. They're very natural. They have lots of silver in the water, a sand on like sand on the bottom. How do you say it? Lake has a bottom. So that's what I mean. Like I like it when it's sand, not something else. And these are, by the way, many of you have heard about the new Ukrainian cartoon, Mavka. which is a magical creature from legends. I like Ukrainian folklore and mythology. It's very beautiful. And Mavka actually lives in my region, according to these legends and according to the works of Lesya Ukrainka, who is one of our famous writers. But I like the cartoon. If you have it in your cinemas, go check it. Mavka. But we were angry in Volyn because Volyn does not have mountains. And in the cartoon, they speak about Volyn. They say it's Volyn, but they have mountains. We don't have mountains. So hopefully you will see it soon. It will be in Norwegian cinemas. Maybe it will be on TV, but it's a very beautiful story. And I advise you to watch it. So Shatsky Ozera is a beautiful place. Chernobyl, of course, but I guess the question was about the location where you can settle and do something. So perhaps I would think about Carpathian Mountains. And so Poland, I was talking about Poland and I did not finish that. Poland is our friend. This is the country that accepted perhaps the majority of Ukrainian refugees. And when I read about the military build up, this makes me feel satisfied and happy because I know they will not attack Ukraine. They will protect Poland against Russia if needed. So the more weapons Poles have, the better I feel. I am totally happy about that. I am I know it's okay, and I'm very grateful to our Polish friends. They mean a lot. Okay, maybe a couple of questions from the chat, and I will let you go and prepare to collect Easter eggs. Someone asked me, do we have Easter hunt? No. Like we don't have this tradition. Well, first of all, greetings to Bali. That is so far away, but at the same time, this is a place like a magical place, perhaps. Greeting to Ukrainian community, and not only to Ukrainian community in general, to Bali and to Quebec, of course. Thank you so much, guys. You inspire me with like being with us and so on. What is the origin of Easter eggs? Thank you so much for this question. And wait for our tomorrow's video because we have filmed. By the way, let me check. Maybe Sasha has accepted the birth of the child already. No, not yet. I don't know if I will be able to show you his picture. Will you be able to see it? Like this is Sasha, and he painted the faces of the people he is assistant. He is assistant. I will share it maybe in our community. I have to clean my phone more often. Let me show it once again. Like he looks very, I'm saying that he looks like a mem here. He looks very concerned. He wanted to be with us, but he is doing a very serious job and he hid the faces of the people. I actually think that he will be traumatized after this experience of witnessing someone's birth. I don't think this is a very psychologically kind experience, but we'll see. So, but we managed. Actually, he knew about this task, and I had so many ideas that we want to film, and we realized that okay, well, he might be very busy when he will get this task, and we were. I was always feeling that I want this video with an Easter egg, but come on, if we can make it. So we managed to do it, and we did it in. Yeah, I will not in person. He will be very happy. By the way, if you leave some comments, I'm sure he will check them and he will be very inspired. Because he was honestly sorry that he's not with us today. We actually rented the place that we wanted to take a studio, that we wanted to take a video from, so that you could join us. And we've managed to make of course this is a very important and important celebration, but at the same time this is a stressful experience. I mean, the very process of labors. So we managed to film a video about Ukrainian Pysanka. And this is very, very interesting and I like this video. We went to the museum that is so inspiring. We have a museum of Volyn icon. Maybe one day we will film an excursion there, and I will show you some, because this is a fantastic museum. I know that many of you may not be into sacred art, but at the same time, they have amazing specialists who share so many interesting stories, and they know how to adapt an excursion and make it so interesting that it's very very important. But tomorrow's video, I don't know why, with Sasha's professionalism, we were able to fix the ornaments on the eggs on the Pysankas, and they are fantastic. They always fascinate me. And tomorrow, please check and watch this video, because when I watched it at home, I felt like, oh, I rarely feel it that way. Typically, I tell him, no, I don't look good. I have like under eye, I don't know how do you call it, but shades or something. And here I watched it. Greetings to California, and I watched this video, and it was magical. And so do check it. Plus it has this Easter uh, atmosphere, and I think it's very important to be in the correct atmosphere uh, during Easter. So I will share with you some more traditions of Easter, Ukrainian Easter, but perhaps closer to the Easter one we celebrated 1 week later. Maybe I will show you the traditional Easter bread, how we paint our eggs, how a traditional Easter basket looks. Of course, now our children also like chocolate eggs, and they know that Bunny brings these eggs, but it's more of a marketing, like you associate Coca-Cola with Christmas and New Year. So maybe a church ceremony. Maybe one interesting thing. I'm not sure once again if I will this will be Easter, so maybe this will be me filming with a telephone, because Sasha will be celebrating it with his family. But there are some things that I want. Yeah, I will tell that Sasha owes us a live stream, and that is important. Okay, maybe one more question, and I will tell you some things, important other things. And дякую вам, друзі. And I'm really happy to be your подруга. This means a lot to me. This is an important experience. And like that, this channel gave me so many beautiful people who changed a lot in my life, and I'm really, really grateful that you have joined me. So once again, I have pinned an invitation to our shop, where you can buy not only t-shirts with me, because I am like not a celebrity, but there are lots of other patriotic stuff, and my friend Andrei, who designed all that, is really talented and successful. So I think you will find this design stylish and nice. And if you have some ideas, feel free to inspire us. I will gladly tell the story of Mavka if you like it, and because it's interesting. And okay, lack of sleep, thank you so much. Cucumber slices, good. Good. Well, like we all have our physiology, and like I have this shape of my face that gives some shadows sometimes. I don't look that tired as it may be. How about selling some Russian trophies? Would you like some dead Russian orcs to buy in a package, in a packages and so on? Anyway, that's an idea. That's an idea. So I want to thank you for being my friends. I want to thank you that there are 550 50,000, 50,000, 500,000 would be better. Please share my videos if you are able, because that helps me grow the channel. It is not about personal ambition, but the longer I YouTube, the more I see people don't know enough about Ukraine. There are many things, interesting things that I want to show you, that I want to explain you, and I'm super grateful if you share the videos or I liked it. It seems to me Sasha or someone told me like you have 50,000 kilobyte subscribers. You want 100 kilobyte. You will receive like more promotion from YouTube then ask all of your beautiful people to ask their friend or relative to subscribe, and if one person will bring you the second person, you will have 100 in a day. So can you inspire your friends and relatives? Subscribe to Anna from Ukraine. I honestly offer you quality content. I always do the research. I never like do something primitive. I'm a responsible vlogger, so invite your friends and we will be able to grow our community and to attract more attention to Ukraine, because the war continues. And one of the greatest troubles that I feel personally is the fact that, for example, my mom will not see this victory, and many more people, and I want more people to see uh, this victory, more people to live up to see it, and that is important. So I'm wishing you happy Easter. First of all, stay healthy. Remember that life is beautiful even in bad times, and there is always a chance for this resurrection that we need so much, whether you are religious or not. But the nature returns back to life, and I hope Ukraine will return back to life soon. And I'm very grateful that you're my friends. Honestly, this is uh, the really bad period of my life and of many Ukrainians, and in my case, also personal. But you've given me a lot of strengths, and you continue giving the strengths. You know, like I'm really happy when I get some ideas, and instead of thinking some bad things, I am focused on ideas because I'm a workaholic and I like creating something for you, and like I am more concentrated than on such things. And I'm grateful that you give me this opportunity. Thank you for the coffees that you buy. Thank you for being my patrons. But it is not about money. It is about opportunities to speak more about Ukraine, to speak more to you. You are a true inspiration. So I wish you happiness, have a nice weekend, and check our Pysanka video tomorrow. And Slava Ukraini. Thank you so much. And see you soon. Let's make these streams more often. Let me know. Do you think at least once a month or maybe once in 2 weeks? I think that would be better because I miss you and I think that's important. Also, I want to thank Spencer and Martin who constantly help this channel stay healthy and alert. Join my Discord if you want. Join my Instagram if you want. Join my Twitter if you want. Share these videos. And come on, invite your friends and relatives to Anna's from Ukraine channel. That would be a great help. Thank you so much. Happy Easter and weekend. And I love you a lot. Slava Ukraini.